Chances are you or someone you know has at some point purchased jewelry from Frank Sosnowski. He's the founder of Mayfair Jewelers.
I got talking to Frank recently, who opened his first shop in 1953 and is still working, about the story behind his long life and success. Turns out it all started when he got hit by a train. Here's the upside. Frank Sosnowski gets around pretty well for a guy his age.
Right now I'm 91.
He still drives himself to work 6 days a week and works.
I do the banking, I go to the post office, I go for supplies, I do some battery changing here in the store.
Impressive, especially when you consider he starts each day putting on his prosthetic leg.
Years ago, they made the legs out of wood.
Frank would know he's been using a prosthetic since he was just 8 years old.
I was in an accident on the railroads. The train ran over my leg, and it had to be amputated.
Frank had been horsing around on the tracks with friends. He wound up in the hospital for almost 5 months, but in the throes of the Depression, he was out helping his family earn money as soon as he was able. At just 9 years old, he was working as a shoe shine boy, and a prominent jeweler stopped by with his wife. Frank's son, Victor, picks up the story from there.
She kind of felt bad for my father and said, you know, basically you should teach this boy how to be a jeweler.
And I made up my mind what I wanted to do, and I says, well, this is going to be it. The jewelry business was going to be my whole life, and that's what I did.
He was working as an apprentice in Pennsylvania when one of his brothers told him to come to New York and open his own jewelry store. So Frank moved to Glenville, the section then known as Mayfair, and he's been there ever since. Mayfair Jewelers has 2 locations these days, and even though his children are running things now, they're not urging Dad to retire.
I know better. He's going to do what he wants to do, and he's going to come in regardless. And I think that that's the best thing that he could be doing.
So what's Frank's secret? For business, treat the customer right. Good health, eat smart, and don't smoke. And above all else, according to the man who lost his leg when he was just 8 years old, optimism.
Keep smiling and be kind to people, and in return you get kindness back.
Can't argue with that. Frank did retire from golf a few years ago. Still lives at home with his wife, Lorraine. She's 90. They've been married for 59 years.
And he's quite handsome. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, our producer was saying he's adorable. So you got to look out, Lorraine. They're after him.